Fozzy's newest song, Judas, which is the theme for NXT Takeover Chicago. I have replayed it 10,000 times. Love it. Love that song. Beautiful. Just gets me pumped each and every single time. And I figured it'd be a great way to open up the show. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm here for. Your boy Alyx Man is here to review NXT May 10th edition of 2017. We're 1 week away, but we're 1 week away from this Saturday. Next Saturday will be NXT Takeover Chicago. And then right after that will be WWE Backlash 2017. I am excited for that weekend. That weekend is going to be great for wrestling. I think Chicago's going to be a great crowd. I think both shows are going to deliver in all kinds of ways. In Chicago, I don't care what show it's on, whether it's NXT TakeOver or Backlash. I would love a better than Raw chant. Better than Raw chant. Go for it. Do it. At any show, I would love that. But we got a couple of topics to get into before we talk about the actual show, how it built up NXT TakeOver Chicago, some things I liked, not necessarily things I didn't like because I thought the show was good. I thought overall there were no issues. I enjoyed it from top to bottom, and definitely a show I recommend you all watch, especially that main event. Man, I'm happy that WWE's, it is WWE, but really NXT. So let me just go back and rewrite that in. I'm happy that NXT finally got his footing again, because for a short time there, they were lost. After the draft, they got raped, and they had a hard time really getting that flair back, getting that interest, getting that fire, that lightning in a bottle they had years ago. But you know what? They got it back. I feel like NXT is back to what it was, and I think NXT TakeOver Chicago is going to murder any of the NXT TakeOvers we had before. No offense, I thought the shows they were good, they were solid, but I think this upcoming show is going to be great. Fantastic, amazing. I can't wait for it. So let's talk about a couple of things before we get into that. Also, if you're joining me in the live chat, you know how it works. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't. Like me on Facebook at DeluxeManWorld. Follow me on Twitter at DeluxeManBX1. And as always, donate to my Patreon, donate to my PayPal, however you want to donate. But thank you guys that you guys are once again joining me here. Me being my crazy self. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Jim Ross, good old JR, will be playing, try that one again. Jim Ross will be doing play-by-play commentary once again for WWE. Although it would not be for Raw or SmackDown, it will be for the UK show. The United Kingdom show coming very soon this year will be led by Jim Ross and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. And that's awesome. I think they're going to do great. And the roster we had for that UK tournament, basically the same roster, but even more. So yes, I think this UK show is going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. And Jim Ross being on there is really enticing me to just do more. I hope Jim Ross does more than just the UK show. I hope he does stuff for NXT. I hope he does stuff for WWE. I hope he does everything. Just give him money to do shows here and there. And I'm pretty sure he'll love to do it. I think he would kill to do that. And I think he's going to be great on commentary. Before I even start talking about NXT this week, let's go back 2 weeks before. Again, I didn't do an NXT review that week because of some personal stuff in my life that I'm still trying to get over. But there was a match I didn't talk about that I should have talked about. Jack Gallagher versus Tyler Bate was fantastic. It was by far one of my favorite matches done in WWE this year. It was an awesome freaking match. Definitely one of my favorite NXT matches. And I hope Jack Gallagher, you know what? I'm going to say it. I hope he moves up. There we go. To NXT and that UK show. Because 205 Live is wasting him. He feels like nobody important on 205 Live. And it's ridiculous. I cannot believe how much of a joke he's become because of, oh my God, he's British. We gotta make him feel like Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, y'all. If you get that reference, we can be friends. But, you know, it's really, really annoying seeing what they've done to Jack Gallagher. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely, it's not depressing, but it's getting to that point. It's like, oh my God, this guy should be making so many headways. He should be making so much money. I'm not saying he should be a main event player. I'm just saying he could be doing better things than what he's doing in 205 Live. So I hope Jack Gallagher does move to NXT or the UK show because he was awesome. Awesome in his match against Tyler Bate. Loved that match. Awesome freaking match. And stop wasting him on 205 Live. That show is a waste for everybody involved. Period. Ember Moon, unfortunately, will not be competing at Chicago. It has come out that Ember Moon is now officially out on injury. She sustained, I think, a shoulder sprain. She just hurt her shoulder. What they're doing is, I don't know when she did it exactly, but what they're doing is saying Asuka hurt Ember Moon's shoulder when she came out and attacked all three women at the end of that #1 contendership battle royal. And that dive that Ember took flying all the way to the barricade, that at first I thought she was just selling. No, actually she did hurt herself. She actually hurt herself very bad on that bump. And because of that, she is out. She is officially out of the match. She'll be back, but she'll be missing Chicago. And, you know, initially I was sad. I was, oh, man. It didn't take away from the match itself. I'm still looking forward to the women's match because of the two other contestants. But with that said, I was hoping Amber would be involved. I wanted Amber to be involved with Asuka as much as possible because of the story they told. With that said, this is a blessing in disguise because it adds more to that story of Asuka purposely targeting Amber. You can say Asuka went out there because she felt not just Nikki and Ruby Riot were threats, but she specifically thought Ember Moon was a threat. It ties into their match at TakeOver Orlando, and it also is going to tie into the Battle Royal. She purposely took out Ember Moon, singled her out because she sees her as the only person that can take that title away from her. And Ember Moon can say, you know what? I know she did it on purpose because you think I can beat you. Well, guess what? At the next NXT TakeOver, whether it's Brooklyn, is it going to be Brooklyn? Because it's May, June. Yeah, I think it's going to be Brooklyn. The next NXT TakeOver is going to be Brooklyn. Fine. Whenever that takes place, I hope that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that is the place where Ember Moon wins the NXT Championship. And that, my friends, is a great story to tell. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to see what they do. But as for NXT Chicago, it is now a triple threat. It's Asuka versus Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riot. Now, that's still a decent match. I mean, I'm not hating on the match. I think it could still be good. But I was invested in Ember Moon. You know, I was just invested in Ember Moon, and it kind of really makes it very predictable now because I can easily see Ruby and Nikki canceling each other out and then Asuka picking up the victory because they are the ones who have the feud. Asuka is just kind of there. But we'll see. We'll see how this works. I think that's all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Okay, let's get into the show itself. Aleister Black opens up the show, Tommy N, whatever you want to call him, and he defeats local talent. Let me get his name right. Is it Cezar? I'm going to go Cezar Bononi. I think it's Bononi. There he goes. Was a Cezar Bononi. There we go. We're going with that. Cezar Bononi. Close enough. But he beat that guy with a nasty black mass spinning kick. They are making this guy out to be one hell of a badass, and I like it. It's just more development as a dangerous competitor and him getting over with his finisher. Now, as I said before, I'm already behind him as a competitor as it is, and if you want to build him up even more, great. I want more of his character. Who is this guy? Why does he dress the way he does? Why does he act the way he does? I mean, they're great at that. They're awesome at developing the characters of these performers. They've done it with Roderick Strong. They've done it with so many others. So I want to see what they can do. What they can do with Aleister Black. Give him a character, and we're off to the races. We're off to the races because he's going to be a major player for that main event scene. Absolutely. So yeah, I think Aleister Black is going to be definitely someone we have to watch going forward. And I think you know that because I love his work, loving his work so far. We move on to an announcement that Pete Dunne has earned a title shot against Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. Don't know who that guy is, but Tyler Bate is the one he's fighting. Tyler Bate at NXT Takeover Chicago will be defending his UK Championship against the Bruiserweight himself. And I think he won it through some tournament on a live event. Not too sure how that worked, but yeah, Pete Dunne will be fighting Tyler Bate at this upcoming NXT Takeover. Sweet. I am happy about that. I think that's going to be awesome. And yeah, I think that's going to be great. Couple of video packages and, of course, an interview. We have Ruby Riot's video package, which I thought was very well done. Again, like I was saying with Roderick Strong's two-parter last week, NXT is awesome at developing the characters. They are awesome at making you care about these performers and why they're there and why they want to be champion and why they're wrestlers and why we should care about them. NXT is great at that. And I felt like they did that with Ruby Riot. I love the package because it humanized her, focusing on her childhood as an outcast and the stories that her tattoos told represent everything that she has on her body represents something. And she's here to start a Riot and take over as new NXT Women's Champion. And they played up her indie scene, how she won championships in other companies, how she sacrificed her personal life just to be good at what she is because she loves it that much. And it's a great package. And Ruby Riot is a great personality, man. And they're using her, in my opinion, they're using her perfectly. They're having her talk and getting out of her way. And that's exactly how it should be. Give her a microphone and get out of her way. Let her do the storytelling. You tell her what she needs to do, and you go, have fun. And she'll take over. She's going to be big. I see her really just taking this division, not just NXT, but the women's division, period, in WWE by storm and becoming a huge hit. She just has that attraction about her. Speaking of Ruby Riot, we also got Nikki Cross and her interview, which was nothing like Ruby Riot's video package. So the psychotic Nikki Cross is basically sitting in an interview chair, and she's just messing with the production crew. She's messing with her microphone, messing with the microphone here, and just getting in the face of the camera, having these random psychotic episodes where she just goes, "Where's Roddy? Where's Asuka? Where are they? Where's my women's championship?" And then she gets in the camera's face, and it's dark, and it's sinister, and she's like, "I'm going to draw a line through your name, draw a line through your existence. And then NXT TakeOver Chicago, I will be the NXT Women's Champion." And I liked it. It played into her unpredictability and her endless psychotic nature. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm actually kind of shocked she's walking around without a straitjacket. She reminds me of Kane in 2003, where he literally had to be restrained in handcuffs and put inside like a truck because if you just let him loose, he's going to burn people alive. And then when he did get loose, people's balls got electrocuted. And I'm not joking. Yes, those of you who've been watching WWE, as long as I have, you know exactly what I just referenced. But yeah, man, I thought both interviews, the video package and Nikki's interview, was good. And in terms of it building to the match at NXT TakeOver, sweet. I'm just sad that Ember Moon's not going to be involved. I just hate that she had to get hurt at a time like this. Let's see here. Moving on to the tag match, we had DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa taking on Tino Sabatelli and was it Riddick Moss? Riddick Moss, I think. Riddick Moss. Mr. Riddick Moss is credited for injuring Hideo Itami. He doesn't have the best reputation right now. But with that said, Sabatelli and Moss are tall. They have a good look to them. And they come off like really cocky, spoiled rotten heels, which can actually do something for not just WWE, but NXT. They look like they have potential as a heel team. They just need a little bit more work. They're still a little green inside the ring, just a little bit, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows what they can do? But doesn't really matter because DIY defeated them. And then William Regal came out to announce them as the challenger for the Tag Team Championship. And then, of course, he's interrupted by Paul Ellering saying that what happens to them at NXT TakeOver Chicago is on your hands, Regal. And then Regal said, all right, since you want to get in my face, here's a stipulation. They are now fighting in a ladder match. The Tag Team Championships are being hung above the ring, and they will fight in a ladder match. And I'm like, yes! Man, this is great. Man, this show is the kind of show I need to have for, like, maybe not even a go-home show. It would be a great go-home show. But this is the shows we need to get us excited for pay-per-views. This was the perfect show to get me going. I'm ready for NXT TakeOver Chicago. I'm ready for that show. I might be ready for it more than WWE's Backlash, SmackDown's Backlash. But we'll see. I'm really feeling this. So DIY versus AOP in a ladder match. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. And let me tell you this. DIY can beat them in a match like that, and they can be protected. That's why I love the match, because the stipulation allows AOP to be protected. They don't get pinned. They don't get submitted. They just lose because of a ladder. So I think that's great. I think after that is the main event. Yep, after that is the main event match. We got a couple of matches announced for next week. I think Drew McIntyre will be taking on, is it Wesley Blake? Wesley Blake. Yeah, he's taking on Wesley Blake. And then Cassius Ohno would take on Andrade Cien Almas. So that's next week for the final episode before the NXT TakeOver. But then we got the main event. The main event of the evening. We got Hideo Itami taking on Roderick Strong and what I consider to be an awesome stiff match. Let me just stop for 1 minute before I praise the match itself. In the middle of the match, the crowd kind of did this thing where they were chanting, that's so annoying, so are you, because you know how we go, 1, 2, kick out, 2, so they started doing that. And look, in terms of the too sweet thing, it's kind of like the what chant. It's kind of like the yes chant. When it's done in the right moments, it's awesome. When it's done excessively, it's annoying. When everybody's doing the yes chant, it's annoying. When everybody's doing the what chant at every segment, in every interview, it's annoying. When everybody does the too sweet in every match, it does start to get a little grating. I don't mind it here and there. Like, I would love for it to be done during club matches, like during Finn Balor, AJ Styles, or freaking the club, whatever. During those matches, wonderful. But every match, it gets kind of annoying. Just a little bit. So I don't mind fans doing it and having fun, but pull back and kind of save it. You know, don't do it all the freaking time, because then it stops mattering. But at the same time, I will say this: they need to give fans more stuff to chant. Give fans more stuff to chant, and maybe they'll do that less. But getting back to the match itself, I loved it. Thought it was an awesome stiff match. The blows exchanged in this match were legit. They were legitimately hitting the hell out of each other. There was no, I'm going to sell a fake punch. I'm not going to Shane McMahon you. No, it was a straight up punch, elbow shot, kick. And it's awesome. I don't know what it is about these matches, but I am in love with these kinds of stiff New Japan Pro Wrestling strong style matches. I love it. Maybe it's just my admiration for that style. I've seen it in New Japan Pro Wrestling for years, and I've just grown accustomed to it. And I want that. I think it's great. It pulls me in to the matches. It makes me really excited for what's to come. And it's always entertaining to see people like Hideo Itami, Shinsuke Nakamura, whether it's people like Okada or Hiroshi Tanahashi, excuse me. It's just really, really good stuff, man. But yeah, they made the match feel real. And it came down to the wire. I love that at the end, we see Hideo Itami calling for the GTS, and then you see Roderick Strong pushing him and shoving him, and he's discombobulated, but he's still fighting. And then Hideo just looked at him, picked him up, GTS, 1, 2, 3. Crowd, standing ovation. They hug, they celebrate. So good stuff. Awesome. But as a result of this match, Hideo Itami will fight Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Chicago for the NXT Championship. And let me say this right here, right now. This is not the preview, but spoiler alert, I want him to win. I want Hideo Itami to beat Bobby Roode. I want Hideo Itami to go in there and straight up Kenta his ass. I want him to destroy Bobby Roode. I want him to go in there and make him his bitch. I am so excited and happy that Hideo Itami is about to really just take everybody and everything by storm. And this is an opportunity for NXT to do something that they should have done a long time ago and make this guy a world champion. Excuse me, an NXT champion. There is no world championship, but it's the top title. You know what I'm trying to say. Because to me, I felt like he should have won in 2015. I felt like the night Finn Balor won that championship, that was the night Hideo Itami was supposed to win, but he got hurt. And then he came back. And then he got hurt again. And then he came back. And then he got hurt again. This third time was by Riddick Moss. So I want Hideo Itami. I want Hideo Itami to get the opportunity to get the run with the championship that he should have won a long time ago. So I am full in Team Kenta, Team Hideo Itami. I am no way, shape, or form disrespecting Bobby Roode. I think he's a great talent. I think he's a great heel. I think he's a great champion. But get the hell out the way. It's Hideo Itami's time. He sacrificed way too much. He left his homeland. He brought his family here to the States so he can live a life in WWE. He brought his family here when he could have stayed in Japan and lived happily. No, he came here. I want this man to be champion. He deserves to be champion, and he's awesome. And when I think about the people coming up, when I think about the people who could potentially end up fighting in the main event, no offense to Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode and Cassius Ohno, Bobby Roode and Aleister Black, Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre, But check this out. Hideo Itami and Aleister Black. Ooh, that's good. Hideo Itami and Cassius Ohno. Ooh, that's good. Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black. Ooh, that's good. Hideo Itami, and I have my dream match list still up. Hideo Itami versus Kota Ibushi. Ooh, main event matches. So no, I am not in any shape or form bashing Bobby Roode, but it's time for him to drop that belt. Give it up. Hideo Itami, it's his time. I want him to win that belt. I want him to have a run with it, and I hope he does. It's time. I am full on Kenta. Full on Kenta. With that said, NXT TakeOver Chicago is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been this hyped for an NXT show since Brooklyn last year. Not even that. Toronto. Not even that. Dallas. Yeah. Dallas. I haven't been this hyped for an NXT show since Dallas. Not saying that NXT shows before this were terrible. I haven't been as hyped for a show since Dallas. So yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait. I cannot wait until we finally get this match. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So give me your thoughts about NXT tonight. What show are you looking forward to the most? How did you feel about the show overall? Read a couple of comments before I get the hell out of here. So here we go. How we talking? How we feeling, people? How we feeling? Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. Everybody here in the live chat, you are awesome for joining me. I'm happy you guys like my intro. I'm going to keep doing these intros, whether they're cringy or not. Let's see here. Asuka is going to be managed. I think he was trying to say something by... There we go. He wants Asuka to be managed by Paul Heyman. He didn't finish it the first time, but he finished it up the next time. Asuka being managed by Paul Heyman would be nice. It would make sense. He's the kind of person that would manage someone like Asuka. Plus, she needs a mouthpiece. So yeah, I would love for Paul Heyman to manage Asuka. Love. Screw 205 Live. I agree. Let's see here. Jericho killed that NXT Takeover song. Yes, he did. He loved Judas. Mommy, come, man. Judas in my don't. Love that song. Good stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much a lot of positive thoughts about the show. Yeah, lots of good things going on. Thank you guys. Wait, what's this? Someone just told me Roderick Strong got attacked by Sandy. So is that going to be a feud now? We'll see. But yeah, guys, I do feel like it's time for Hideo to win that belt. Thoughts on NXT TakeOver. I just saw that NXT's live events were doing pretty well in numbers. Like, they're actually doing, like, really good numbers, despite the fact that their roster got raped. So that's encouraging, too. So NXT has completely rebuilt itself. The promotion is actually taking over, and I hope that they continue this. I hope that this continues. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time in whatever video is next. But definitely next week, we'll do an NXT TakeOver Chicago preview and my Backlash preview. So tune into that. But as for this video, I have everything I've done. Nothing else to say. This is it. This is your boy, the Lex Man, signing off. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, like and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at DeLexMan World. Follow me on Twitter at DeLexManBX1, Patreon, PayPal. This is your boy, the Lex Man, signing off in DeLexMan's World. Peace out.